Do you ever think about what it's like to not just live frugally, but also to share your frugal life with other people? It really is the dream for a lot of us, especially if you're a woman over 50. But I also know we have people of all ages and all genders here, and you are all welcome. I'm so glad you're here. How many of us, though, spend our lives living frugally and never talking about it? And that's okay, but in this video, I want to share with you a little bit about my journey of living frugally on YouTube and tell you a little bit about some of the exciting things that I have planned for us together here on this channel and also beyond. What's it like to live frugal over 50? Let's talk about it. Welcome, I'm Amy, and here at Frugal Over 50, I give you tips and tools for frugal living. Hola a todos! El día de hoy les voy a compartir algo de mi vida frugal y cómo mi vida frugal y este canal combinan y algunos de mis planes para el futuro de este canal. First of all, I want to say welcome back to everybody who has been here. Some of you have been some of my first 25 subscribers from way back in 2019. And welcome to all the new folks who have joined. Just in the last few weeks, we've seen a real upsurge in subscriptions, and thank you so much for being here. Let me tell you just a tiny bit about my journey to get to where I am. When I first started YouTube, I was really tired of the way I was living my life financially. I am sort of a natural cheapskate, and so I wasn't in terrible shape financially, but I hadn't really ever thought about intentional frugal living. And I know for many of you, intentional frugal living has been a way of life really almost since you were children. You were almost born into that life. But for me, it was not a natural process. And part of starting my YouTube channel back almost 5 years ago now was to help me learn to become accountable and make friends with other people who might be interested in some of the same subjects. And so the very first videos of my channel are not really out there anymore because they're really quite personal. They were things about the specifics of my budget, books I was reading that I found helpful at the time, reports on how my finances were doing. It was very personal and quite detailed. And that journey, that start, really helped set me up for a whole new life and gave me the possibility of doing what I am doing now in my life outside of YouTube and both on YouTube. Now, over time, I discovered that YouTube really likes when people search up, how do I do this? How do I do that? And so I shifted the sort of front-facing focus of the channel to a tips and tools channel. 10 tips for this, 5 tips for that, tools you can use that will help you. And I really enjoy that as well because again, I am learning as I go. So I am researching and then I'm trying these tips out and then I'm sharing them with you. And it helps me in my frugal life just as I hope it helps you in yours. And I think it has helped people because the channel has continued to grow and more people have continued to join us as a community, not just a channel, but a true community. Now, where are we going in the future? A lot of you have noticed a slight shift. I still like to talk tips and tools. I still love to talk frugal living. And I've also shared aspects of my daily life where I apply these tips, where I apply these tools. And you folks have said, I love this, do more of this. And I had one commenter even say, I'm sure it takes a lot longer to do this and probably editing is really hard, but please keep doing it. Well, I'm really glad that you enjoy this style where I combine tips and tools with my personal journey with my daily life. Because I've discovered that I love to share tips and tools as I apply them, as I learn them. And some I am pretty good at and some I'm still really struggling with. And I think it's okay to share both the successes and the struggles that I'm having, because in the comments, you folks are the best community on the internet and you share amazing things. I even had people share like 10 or even 20 of their own frugal tips. The generosity of spirit that is here is something that I want to contribute to as well as the person who is the front face of the channel, but I'm not the only thing here. Make sure when you watch videos that you also go down and read the comments and learn there as well, because I certainly do. Now, the second thing I want you to know about this channel, both its history as well as its future, is my perspective on the channel. I believe that on planet Earth, we have the resources, both human and natural, to take care of every citizen of the planet. I believe that we have the resources and the knowledge to deal with the current and coming tragedies of climate change, to deal with wars, to deal with the need for safe places for refugees. I believe that together, when we join our governments and our businesses and our individuals, when we all join together in the best way that we can come up with, and I know it's complicated, we can make the world a better place. And for me, frugal living is all about connecting people to help solve problems so that the world can become a better place. And yes, I talk about individual frugal tips, like one of my most popular videos here is the weird frugal hacks, where I talk about having a towel for a bath mat. This is not going to solve world problems or end climate change, but it is a perspective where when you and I talk about the things that we're doing, we are joining together. We are forming a union of people, as it were, who believe in taking care of ourselves, taking care of each other, and taking care of the planet. I am queer. I am trans-friendly. You are welcome here. I defend trans kids with my life. I want the YouTube algorithm to know this, because since I started saying this aloud, we've started getting more subscribers, people who are probably looking for a refuge. If you need a refuge where you can talk about frugal living as yourself, I'm here. We're here. Come and join us. Let's be together. Let's be frugal. Let's be free. And let's share the world of frugal living with everybody who needs and wants to hear it. And let's, like I always say at the end of my videos, work together to change the world. Now, shifting radically from the big picture perspective, I want to talk about a couple of really specific things. I have discovered that as I'm thinking about the future, I am probably going to really minimize my presence on social media. Right now, I have been posting to YouTube, to Instagram, and also to Facebook. And I have decided that that feels a little diluted for me. I know for many people who are YouTubers, they also spread a lot of information out across different social media platforms. That's great. Absolutely love it. For me, it's feeling right now like a little bit too much. Like when I'm focusing on even just putting up a simple promotional post on Instagram and on Facebook, it's taking away time that I think I would better spend imagining what else I want to do on the YouTube channel. And my time is fairly limited, and I really want to maximize it. So I'm going to focus my efforts right here on YouTube. You'll see me posting to you in the community tab on the channel, and you'll see me here on videos. And I try to share a video with you just about every week. If I can't, at least every other week. And if I have to skip a few, that's usually okay with you folks, as long as I let you know where I am, because some of you I know worry about me. We all have very busy lives, and I thank you so much for including me and including Frugal Over 50 in your weekly schedule. And I hope to honor that going forward in the future with weekly videos, or maybe even live videos if I can't put together a whole video that week. Tell me what you folks think, especially about incorporating more live videos. I've only done one. I really loved it. Curious about what you think. Number 4, over the years, a lot of you have expressed interest and even concern for supporting the channel. And some of you have talked to me about buying premium YouTube memberships so that you can support me, because when you buy a premium YouTube membership, I actually get a portion of that membership. Thank you so much. Others of you have said that you watch the ads. I even had one person say, I'm so sorry, I've missed the last several of your videos, so I just play them in the background right now while I'm cleaning the house so that I can get all of your ads played so you can get some money. Thank you for doing that. You are not required to do that. It's not necessary, but I really appreciate the intent to support me as the face of the channel, and more importantly, to support the mission of the channel. So those of you who are interested in continuing to do whatever you are doing to support the channel, views, likes, comments, watching the ads if you want to. And I had one person ask specifically about YouTube memberships, and I have tried out 3 other platforms. I've tried Buy Me a Coffee, I've tried Patreon, and I have tried one just called Coffee. So among those 4, I've done some research, and unfortunately the YouTube memberships, which seems the most straightforward because it's right here on YouTube, and that's kind of where I want to focus, that is not the best for contributing to the channel, because YouTube takes 30% of everything that you contribute. Whereas the other platforms, all three of them that I've tried, have a maximum of 5% that they take for their costs. It's a really drastic difference. 95% of your contribution gets to the channel. Now, of the three platforms that I've tried, I want to thank each of you who contributed, because I've had people contribute on all three. You have followed me with great joy and contributions that are greatly appreciated. And I have discovered that the one that's going to work best going forward is the good old classic Patreon. So over the next few weeks, you're going to see some information about how to sign up for Patreon. I don't have it ready yet. Don't hop over there yet. And I'm going to post extra videos. I'm going to include posts in text format for people who really want to try that. I'm going to have some downloads, and I'm going to ask the people who are over on Patreon what they want to see. I will be able to get more specific over there. YouTube tends to be a general sharing of frugal tips, and over on Patreon, I can get really specific and answer your really detailed questions. What exact skincare product am I using today? What is this brand of flour? Those kinds of things where you're asking about good deals or specifics about how to plan a trip, which is hard to do over here on YouTube because I'm not a travel channel. And whenever I post anything about travel, which would be a great idea, I think, for frugal living, YouTube doesn't send it out because they think it's about travel instead of frugal living. Over on Patreon, we could do things like that. And so I'll have different membership tier levels. You folks have been so generous that I want to be able to give back and also provide a space that's a community for folks who want to do a bit more. If you love my videos and never miss one, you might want to sign up for that Patreon when it becomes available. I'm thinking beginning of September of 2023. So if you're watching this at the time that it's released, it's going to be a few more weeks. Hang tight, I'll be with you shortly. Now, the fifth thing I want to do is not just share with you what I am excited about for the future of the channel, because I am really, really excited right now. I'm just super pumped, so pleased with how things are going. And so I'd love to get your input down in the comments. Tell me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as many video ideas as you would like. What do you want to know about? I can't wait to hear from you about what you want to see on this channel. Tell me what you want to see. I feel so honored to take all of these next frugal living steps with you. And I'm so glad to say that we are not alone. And I am so proud of us. Let's live frugally. Let's change our lives. And together, let's change the world. I can't wait to see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Something's in the air. I can feel it everywhere. Every color seems to blue.